Today we're reviewing the Humsync 48 volt 314 amp hour battery. So we're going to go over the features real quick and then we're going to completely tear it down, look on the inside, look at the overall build quality, then from there charge it up, capacity test, and finish off with a summary. Let's begin. The battery does come with the mounting hardware for it, so it does have two angled brackets that connect on the side for mounting it. Also comes with a couple of anchor bolts as well. You get your Cat 5e cable, which is gigabit cable, and then you have your positive and negative connections. So this is Amphenol connectors. It is 2-gauge, 200C rating on it, but it is 2-gauge wire. You can see the screen here. Let me zoom in. The screen is very similar to some of the other Humsyncs that I've reviewed. So you do have your pack info, which gives you information on the SOC if charge and discharge is turned on, balancing on it, minimum voltage, minimum temperature, current, and then overall voltage. You can also look at the individual cells. As you can see, they are matched quite well. You have your alarm status, a chart which will show the charging and discharging of the battery so you can graph it out. Product information. And then also setting up communications. On the side for connections, you can see it has RS-485, RS-232, link in and link out. It also has this vent on the side, so if there was a release of gas from one of the cells, the gas would be able to escape the metal case. You have your ground screw, your power button, and then you have a pair of negative and positive. You can see that it's Amphenol connections. It does come with a built-in breaker. So this breaker is rated at 200 amps. Now let's tear it down, see what it looks like on the inside. All right, so there's a lot to take in here. So let's start at the top and then move to the bottom. So you do have Humsync's BMS. So the model number is HS-1001. You can see that all of the cables are glued into the BMS. Obviously, they're connected and then glued. That's to ensure that during shipping, nothing gets loose. Here is your negative cable from your BMS to the terminals. If you follow this across, it is a flexible cable, so flexible copper going down connects to your negative terminal. Once again, all the connections here are glued. The BMS is mounted quite well to the actual chassis. The chassis is very rigid in supporting the BMS and the cells. It's built like a tank, to be honest, but as we go through this, you'll see that. Here's the other negative of the BMS is going to connect to your cells, so it starts out rigid and then becomes flexible, goes down, and then connects right here. Everything is torqued, which is nice. You can see some slight damage from the shipping on this particular handle, just minor, but you can see that it got tweaked a little bit. Now this did come in on a pallet and it was strapped and protected quite well, but with these larger batteries, they are going to get knocked around a little bit, but this was shipped very securely. You can see there's fiberboard that's on the side, which will protect the bus bars for each of these cells. You can see that it has a nice solid bus bar for each. It has the hump, so that way as the cells swell and contract, it doesn't put additional strain on the cells themselves. Back up on top, you do have your communications board. It has 4 network cables, I would guess Cat 5e or Cat 6, and they're connecting to your communication ports in the front. Everything has torque marks, which is great to see on all of the cells and all of the connections in general. The terminals on the front, you can see how beefy that these bus bars are, connecting everything together. It is definitely overbuilt, which is something that I love to see. The only thing that would be nice to see added would be a fire suppression system. There's plenty of room to have that in here. You could mount it on the bottom pretty easily and have the nozzle or top, what have you, but there's absolutely plenty of room. So I would recommend starting to put those in because a lot of people are interested in it and like to see them. Everything is zip tied nice and secure. Here's your positive going to your breaker. And once again, it is that 200 amp breaker. One thing to also note, you can see that these cells are replaceable. So if you end up getting a bad cell at some point, you can replace the cell and keep the rest of the battery, which is awesome. You can see all of your balance leads, which are connected. And then your temp sensors are glued and taped. You can see one right there. Here's another one over here. The cells, it's difficult without taking the whole battery apart to see what kind of cells are in it. Now that I have it all connected, we're going to charge this up. Okay, we'll check back in a little bit and then perform the capacity test. Now that the capacity test is complete, let's see how the Humsienk did. So we ended up with a total of 318.33 amp hours. So it is rated for 314 and we got 318 out of it. In summary, I'm quite happy with the battery. The build quality is phenomenal. It is a very robust case. I like how all the cells are mounted in there. It is very heavy duty. As always, they have nice thick bus bars on the inside. It has the Humsienk branded BMS with the nice screen that you've seen on many of the other models. These cells are user replaceable. That I really like. I would love to see companies go more towards that and less towards the welded on cells because a lot of users want to keep their batteries for a very long time, and that makes the cells user replaceable. Now, when it comes to the capacity, this is rated at 314. It tested out 318, so it did test above the 314. I would have liked to have seen a little bit higher than that, but it did test above the rated capacity. As far as improvements, there's not too many that I would recommend. It would be nice to see the battery UL listed. I like seeing that on the batteries. The other thing too is having a fire suppression system in it would definitely be a plus so they can get that UL listing. Obviously, there are costs to it. Some people want UL listing, some people don't. I like to see it, especially if you could still keep the price point down. But like I said, very solid battery, very robust. I love the build quality and how Humsienk overbuilds things on the inside. I highly recommend this one. So if you are looking for 314, definitely pick this one up. That's it. Thanks again for watching Mike's Solar Garage.